This is a baritone guitar. Now, you're probably looking at it if you've never heard of a baritone guitar, and you're probably thinking it looks just like a normal guitar, albeit beautiful normal guitar. The main difference is that the neck is much longer. This neck is about 5 or 6 inches longer than on a standard guitar. In fact, I have my Telecaster here to show you. You can see it's got a much longer neck than the standard tuned guitar. Now, what does that do for you? Well, it places this instrument in this really interesting sonic space that's between a guitar and a bass, right? So I can play bassy kind of notes, right? But I can also play chords like I would play on a guitar. And they're much lower than I would be able to play them on a guitar. If I tried to play that same chord on a guitar, it would sound super muddy, because if you tuned a guitar that low, the neck would be too short and the strings wouldn't have enough tension to hold their intonation down there. So what ends up happening is you have this really full frequencied instrument that just does a lot of things well. It's used a lot in sort of old, like, spaghetti western kind of music. It's used a lot for like big, open, surfy kind of chords. It's used a lot in film scoring. Modern producers of rock and roll use baritone guitars a lot as a layer in between the bass and the guitar to just fill up these big, dense, hard rock mixes. And the reason I like this guitar so much for this record is, well, for one thing, this one's new to me and I'm excited to use it. But also, you know, it really sounds unique. You don't, I feel like, hear it enough in modern music. It layers really well. One of our themes for the album is isolation, and this instrument it just really kind of speaks to that isolation, desolate vibe really well. I think that's probably why it got used so much in Western, you know, old spaghetti Western music. But anyway, this is a baritone guitar, and it's one of the examples of instruments that we're going to be using to make this album unique sounding.